How you doing, guys and gals? Thanks for tuning in. This is Doug Wilson from Yellowhawk Custom Kydex. Again, here's that video that I said I was going to shoot on the last video that I shot. Actually, that was just shot a couple hours ago. I downloaded it. Now I'm doing this one. This one's going to be about Mike Wallace knives and knife grinds and edges and steel and stuff like that. Okay, just some information I want to put out. There was one thing I wanted to. Anyway, Mike Wallace. Okay, Mike Wallace is a long-time knife builder. He's been building knives since he was like 9 years old. When I was at his shop, he showed me a huge, like, samurai sword that he made when he was like 9 years old. Okay, it was good work for a decent knife builder now, let alone for a 9-year-old kid. Okay, while I was there, I learned a lot from this man. Okay, namely, I learned a lot about CPM 3V and CPM 154 super steels, alloys, okay, and why he chooses these two steels, mainly CPM 3V, to build knives from, okay, because he came up with conventional steels and then got his hooks into this CPM 3V, and it was like a gift from the gods. Okay, it's extremely wear resistant, extremely impact tough. The knives hold a great edge. He has never seen someone actually break a CPM 3V steel knife without abusing it. Okay. Now I'm fairly new to the super steel alloys. All right. However, I'm a quick learner, and I like to learn about these type of things because knives are an everyday part of my life. Okay, they have been for a long time. I deal with high-end knives, middle-end knives, low-end knives, knives. Okay, I've got many knives in my collection, personal and for the business. All right, so what I want to talk about now is that flat grind that Mike Wallace is so fond of. Okay, where the hell's the knife? Here it is. Okay, this is Mike Wallace from Wallace Edged Tools. It's www.wallaceedgetools.com. Okay, this is his Spear 1. Okay, now when I first saw this knife, okay, I said to myself, that's a fucking great looking knife. Pardon my French. All right, that's a great looking knife. How can I get one of those? Right? Then I forgot about it. So lo and behold, several months later, Mike Wallace contacts me by email and basically strikes up a conversation about how he wants to put my sheaths on his knives. Okay. Now, I'm one of those guys that kind of waits for the custom knife builder to contact me. Then I know they want to work with me, instead of me going to them and then there's some doubt there and just don't want to deal with it. You know what I mean? So I wait for them to come to me. Now, I've had several knife makers ask me to work with them. Okay? I've chosen 3. All right? CFK from Oregon. Okay, the working man's knife. All right? There are several reasons I work with that company. The number one reason, they make great knives at really good prices. All right, everybody can afford a CFK, and you're not going to get ripped off by some Pakistani piece of crap. Okay, they're not made in Pakistan. End of subject. All right, I work with Peter Kohler in Colorado. All right, from Dark Timber Custom Knives. Phenomenal anvil pounder. Okay, I have been around knives since I was a young kid, young boy, teenager. Right, Pete's the best. He really knows how to get usable properties out of forgeable conventional steels. Okay, you know, 1095, 01, A2. He likes this W2 steel that he's putting out now. You know, forgeable steels. Okay, and he's very good at what he does. You guys have seen his blades, then you agree with me. Okay, Pete is one of the best, and I am honored to work with the man. Okay, I'm honored that he contacted me to have my sheaths put on his knives. Okay, I'm very honored. All right, so I love working with the guy. He's a great person as well. And then Mike Wallace. Mike Wallace is a super steel guy. Okay, now CPM 3V basically stands for Crucible Particle Metallurgy 3V, which is vanadium. And what the vanadium does is it gives that blade excellent wear resistance, meaning your edge is going to last a long time with a CPM 3V steel knife. Okay, and it is very impact tough resist. Okay, it's tough. It's a tough. It resists breaking to the nth degree. Okay, much more than any conventional steel. Okay, that's why I like it. It makes a tough frickin' knife. Now let's get to this flat grind. Okay, the reason why Mike Wallace likes this flat grind is because on this steel, not A1, not 01, I'm sorry, A2, not 01, not 1095, not 1060, okay, none of the conventional steels, okay, but in CPM 3V, all right, in some of the other super steels, a flat grind is an extremely durable knife, all right, not because of the grind so much, but because of the steel, all right. So, you know, that's, I wanted to get that out there so guys understand that a flat grind's a great grind. You can do a lot of different things with this grind. It's very utilitarian. I love them. I like a flat grind, but only in something like CPM 3V, where it can take it. Okay? If you take a look at these two knives, okay, all right, they're basically both 3/16 inches thick, but look at the tip, okay, where the CPM 3V comes up on the flat grind. See how thin the tip is? Okay, this tip here is as strong as this tip, all right, because of the steel, all right, not because of the tip, but because of the steel that it's made from. Okay, this is a very strong tip. All right, look at all the metal behind it. Okay, this is too, because of the steel. Now, is it stronger? You know, is the knife generally stronger if it's a Scandi grind with a large chunk of metal at the spine? Sure it is. Okay, but you can get a lot of workable utility out of this knife because it's a flat grind. Okay, it slices real well. These things baton great. All right, I think the myth that flat grinds don't baton very well is because somebody probably started the myth who had a flat grind on a really thin stock knife. Okay, this knife here doesn't get caught in the wood as you're batoning. Just doesn't happen. All right, it's wide enough at the top to split that wood open as it goes down. Okay, so it's actually the knife you're putting it on that reflects how effective this grind is going to be. If it's on a thin stock knife, of course it's going to wedge in there and get stuck and all kinds of stuff. Okay, so it really lends to a lot of different tasks. I like the grind. Okay, it also allows me a little more dexterity. Okay, these really thick Scandi grind with a thick spine and all that metal on it, real heavy knife. All right, I don't find them as workable as a flat grind knife. All right, this steel floats through wood. it slides through wood, okay, rather than getting hung up, okay, because it's so big and bulky. All right. So you know, I like a flat grind, but only in CPM 3V or another one of the other super steels. Okay, that's what makes it strong. Okay. So I think that flat grind is a sorely misunderstood grind by guys who don't use it enough and don't understand that it needs to be in a certain type of steel. All right. All right. Let me show you some other Mike Wallace knives. I got some notes over here. The weight of this steel, the weight of CPM 3V in this knife, not much different than, say, 1095. Okay. You know, a lot of people say, well, this is lighter steel. Yeah, a little bit. You know, by like an ounce, maybe, for a comparable knife of the same size. I mean, these two knives, I'd play hell trying to tell you which one's heavier, right? And they're both about the same size, same materials, same thickness, right? I play hell. So that fact that everybody says this is a lighter steel, generally it is a little bit lighter, not much. All right, it's just not that noticeable difference. All right. So someone that sits there and says, "Yeah, I'm used to working with conventional steels and they're heavier knives," I just think that's bullcrap. Right? I can't tell the difference, to be honest with you. So, let's see. No. All right. CPM 3V. A lot of guys think it's stainless steel. It's not. Okay. CPM 3V is a high carbon super steel. All right. It's got a lot of carbon in it. It does rust. All right. It is not a stainless steel. Not even considered to be a stainless steel. Now, CPM 154, that is like the stainless version of CPM 3V. Okay. A lot more stain resistant, a lot more rust resistant. Okay. But CPM 3V is not a stainless steel, so don't let anybody tell you that it is. Okay. Just kind of things to set the record straight. Okay. Now I do know that Chris Tanner's video for the Spear 1 is out now. I watched the video, I don't know, a couple hours ago. I think he did a great job. All right, there's a lot of good information in there. When I sent him that knife, all right, that Spear 1 was actually my Spear 1, and Mike Wallace had made that for me, and I asked Chris, I said, you know, what handle material do you want? I thought he was going to choose micarta. I had this one all ready for him to send, all right, but he said, I'd rather have G10. So I sent him my knife, and that knife I put a low-shouldered convex grind on. And for any of you guys out there that want to know anything about that low-shouldered convex grind that I put on my knives, watch how that knife performs in that video. Okay, I'm the one that put that edge on that knife, and that thing is amazing. I love that low-shouldered. This one's got one too. All right, I don't think you can really see it. All right, basically it gives you the best of both worlds. It gives you a shoulder that's a little lower, like a convex, but still has a secondary V grind to it. It's not as sharp a cup. Okay, it kind of has a shoulder and then comes down into a V. All right, so it's not as round. So it gives you strength, and it gives you great cutting ability, cutting and slicing ability. All right, batoning, whatever. Okay, so I love that low-shouldered convex grind. I've never heard of anybody else doing it. The only other edge I've ever heard that's even close to it is a Moran edge. Okay, named after an old knife maker, and it's kind of similar. Okay, so here's some other Mike Wallace knives. Okay. This is a Spear 1 with a convex grind. All right. Now I'm talking about the knife grind itself. I'm not talking about the edge grind. Okay. This is a convex grind into another low-shouldered convex edge that I put on myself. All right, 3/16 CPM 3V, very tough knife. All right, choke up choil. All right, G10 scales. This is one of my favorite knives that he makes, the Spear 2. All right, that's one. Here's another one with a wide saber grind. This is a Spear 2, CPM 3V. All right, another wide saber grind. This is Jeff Luca's knife with copper liners, G10 scales, copper pass-through hardware. All right, nice bow drill. Don't underestimate these bow drill spindle cups. Don't underestimate them. They work great. All right, I've tried it a couple of times. I haven't put it on video yet. I will. All right. Here's another one with a flat grind. All right, it's that meteor finish. This is my Delta Whiskey Backcountry. These are all Mike Wallace knives. All right, Delta Whiskey Backcountry. Give you a good look at that. Okay. All right. This knife here is my LMF1. This is one of the new prototypes that I got from the builder. All right. The only thing I'm changing is the thickness of the scales. I mean, I tell you, it fits great in the hand. I just like them scales a little thicker. All right. This one has a secondary edge bevel. All right. Not like this one here, which says 0 degree. These can be a little chippy. These 0 degree Scandies, these full Scandi edges, these can chip. I've chipped quite a few of them. All right. I just think that steel there is just too thin. All right. All right. All right, guys. That's it. This is Doug Wilson for Yellow Hawk Custom Kydex. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Have a good night.